Well, check out this pterodactyl over here.
I love pterodactyls.
That big old bird, the grayish blue bird, that's a great blue heron over here on this right side. It's Louisiana's largest wading bird. They can be about 5.5 foot tall, have about a 6.5 foot wingspan. These birds have been known to eat about 3 foot alligators. And they've actually killed more people in Louisiana than alligators have.
What? Really?
Yep, people hit them with their car and go, oh, poor bird, let me help you. Don't do that.
No, no.
Because that bird just thinks it's defending itself, so it's going to go for your eyes, which goes to your brain. And I actually think the last person that died got stabbed through the chest plate.
Oh my God. Whoa.
Hey,
That's a
Daddy,
fun fact.
don't hit any of your parents.
So a couple things I need to go over real quick, guys, before we get started. Life jackets underneath the seat y'all sitting in case anything was to happen. I got a throw ring somewhere behind me in case one of y'all decides to go swimming. Please just stay in the boat. But if you do find yourself outside of the boat, just stand up because it's not too deep around here. If you can't stand up, well, I did not wear my swimming trunks this morning, so I'm not going to be a lifeguard. So good luck to you. Please no standing while the boat's in motion or moving, and please no standing or sitting anywhere in the front of the boat, including no steps at any time, please. Everybody, please keep your hands, feet, hat, cell phone, camera, small children inside the rails of the boat because alligators can jump 2/3 of their body length out of the water. Also, try to keep your hands off those handrails. Alligators going to think they're little hot dogs and try going for them. We're also going down some pretty narrow bayous. I don't want y'all's hand to be on there and I bump into a tree and break your fingers. It's too late today for all that paperwork, and like I said, it's 5 o'clock somewhere, so I'm probably not going to do that paperwork. But my name is Captain Jessup. Everybody around here calls me Ketchup, so whatever you want. So if anybody has any questions at any time, just go ahead and blurt them out, and if I don't know them, I'm probably going to lie to you, so hopefully y'all can't tell if I lie or not. So right now we're on the West Pearl River. West Pearl goes for about 444 miles, starting up a little bit north of Jackson, Mississippi. We have 5 branches of the Pearl River. West Pearl, which we're on, Middle West, Middle East, and then East Pearl, which is on the Mississippi-Louisiana state line for a little bit. Had to keep all those names kind of the same, or rednecks like me and my friends, we would probably get confused and not know what to tell y'all. This whole swamp that we're surrounded by and what we're going to be going into is classified as the Honey Island Swamp. It's roughly 77,000 acres, with 35,000 of that being owned by the state of Louisiana for public land use. You're going to start seeing some little signs with some trees, and all those signs are saying is that that piece of land is a WMA, Wildlife Management Area. So it's legal for you to go hunting, fishing, kayaking, crawfishing, trapping, whatever you feel like doing. Anything you do illegal is only illegal if you get caught. You don't get caught doing anything you ain't supposed to be doing in the first place. What was that? I do. That's my house.
Oh, do you really?
No.
Oh.
That's just one of our captain's little hunting and fishing camps. Me, him, and another captain brought that down river right at the end of May. Just hooked 2 boats up to it and just pushed it. It took us about 6 hours. And as we were pushing it down river, we saw about 120-pound panther swim across the river. And I've been down here my entire life, and that was my first time ever seeing a panther.
Wow. Did you get pictures?
That's what's up. So all this grayish brown stuff you'll see hanging from the trees all over the place, that's called Spanish moss. And the funny thing about that Spanish moss is that it is not Spanish and it's not even a moss. It's actually a rootless plant that gets all of its nutrients right out of the air. It's called an epiphyte. And back when Henry Ford was making all of his trucks and cars back in the day, he'd order a bunch of this moss and they put it in a special crate that he designed. So once he got that moss to him, he'd use that for stuffing the cushions of his seats. Then he would take that crate apart, use that for his door panels, his dashboards, his bench seats, and all of his step rails in his trucks and cars. Y'all ever heard that saying, don't let the bed bugs bite? Well, it comes from using Spanish moss. People used to put it in their pillows and their mattresses, and sometimes they get a little bug in there. It's a real small bug called a red bug. And everybody thinks that they bite you and that's what makes you itch. That's not true. What actually happens is that they lay their eggs in the first couple of layers of your skin, and those eggs have to eat their way out. It's a pretty nasty little bug. Yep.
Yeah.
His name is Roscoe, and the bigger one, his name is Roscoe. They're all Roscoe. And then there's an even bigger one straight in front of us, right on the edge of those trees. You see his head sticking out the front.
Yep.
Look, just right there.
And if y'all can't see on the opposite side of the boat, y'all can stand up for a minute. We're not moving. So an easy way to tell how long an alligator is the distance between their eyes and their nose. So let's just say that distance is 5 inches. It's going to be a 5-foot alligator. And alligators will grow about a foot a year until they're about 6 feet. After that, they only grow a couple inches a year. They can normally live anywhere between 75 to 85 years old and never stop growing. But an alligator only grows as big as its environment lets it. So if you have a baby alligator and you put him in a fish tank inside your house, he's only going to get maybe a foot and a half long his entire life. All those little bumps up and down an alligator's back, those are called scoots. And those scoots act like solar panels to soak in all that sunshine. Since they're cold-blooded, they need all the sunshine and warmth they can get. A lot of their main blood vessels run through those scoots, helps them warm up faster, and it's really nothing but built-up bone, so it acts like armor for them as well. They have 2 sets of eyelids. They have one set that's clear that acts like a pair of goggles that blinks side to side. Then they have their normal set of eyelids that blink up and down. What was that?
Turtle up there.
Anybody have any questions about alligators before we go in this next bayou?
What do they eat?
Mostly fish, but really anything that moves. They're on a carnivore diet. But they have these little glands in their bottom jaw that feel vibration, and they can feel one raindrop hit the water 100 feet away. That's how they catch most of their fish. Y'all know an alligator's favorite thing to drink? Gatorade.
H2O. So realistically, if somebody were to jump over here, what would their fate be vis-a-vis the alligator?
Most likely they would just hop back in the boat and nothing would happen. There's only been 2 recorded deaths from alligators in all recorded Louisiana history. Just 2, that's it.
That they know.
Yeah. Well, I'm sure there's a couple housewives out there, their husbands just went missing. You know? I went to school with a kid that got his arm bitten off, but that was his fault. They were shooting a big old alligator in a pond with a paintball gun and said, let's go swimming. Like, you don't have to be smart, but it helps, you know? George is a whole bunch of raccoons. Oh, yeah, he's swimming. There's a couple of them swimming. Come on, George! Come on, George!
Yo, that's crazy, man.
Oh, this is insane.
Yo, he's coming over too.
Come on, George.
No way.
These people trying to put you on Facebook, man.
YouTube. That's nuts.
OMG.
George, you gotta come to this side. Over here on this side.
Oh, Jesus.
I know. Wait, the other one's coming around the other side.
You're on the wrong side, George.
You feel? Yeah, I was gonna say, man, I didn't know how to come.
No doubt, dude.
George!
Yeah.
He's well fed.
You ready, George? So whenever you see raccoons washing their food, they're not really washing it. What they're doing is that they have to get it wet because their salivation glands don't produce enough saliva, so then they would just end up with the cotton mouth.
Here comes another one.
George, come on!
You got all of them named George.
Yeah.
Then Roscoe.
I was going to say,
Roscoe Pico train?
There you go, man.
How old are these guys?
These are probably only about a year old, the smaller ones. So they have right around 11 times more sensitivity in their hands and fingers than humans do. That's why you always see them fiddling with their food all the time. That's how they recognize what they're eating. Oh, look, there's a George. Hey, George. 3.
Boy, they coming
We're
out.
surrounded.
Oh my gosh. He's so cute.
You ready to climb a tree, George? Show these people what you got.
oh,
Come on, George. No, this tree, George. Wrong tree. This tree over here. I guess I could reach that tree. Whatever tree you want, George.
I'll sit down so they can see behind me.
Oh, I'm sorry.
You ready? Get it, George. I can't reach no more.
Look at all the Georges.
All right, one more, George, and then we gotta go.
You're adorable.
Yo, it's awesome.
Oh my god.
Late. Yeah, that
Well,
one.
he gonna jump.
You getting way up there, George?
Yeah, man, what? Look, no, he's like, come on, bro.
I'll throw out some corn, George, but I can't feed all y'all. There's gonna be like 5 more boats coming in here. Go over here.
He's like, no, I want it.
All right. We gotta make it quick, George, before another one comes. That's your fault.
Yeah, that was your fault, George.
Yeah.
All day, George.
Yeah. Raccoons are in the top 20 smartest animals in the world.
Wow.
Once they learn how to do something, they can retain that knowledge for up to 2 years without ever having to use it again.
You got more coming
Big
now.
one.
Big fat guy coming.
Oh my god. What's up, George?
That's so crazy, man. Oh my gosh.
This is amazing. Look, that
Never
was
would I
standing.
ever.
Oh, hey, here comes more.
And that was
Oh,
He said, where you going?
hey. Oh, they.
So this is where the walking tour starts. So if y'all ready to start walking,
Oh.
it's where we see some more raccoons at, and every now and then we'll see Kevin back here from time to time. Kevin's a 200-pound wild pig, Kevin Bacon. And we have a big-time problem here in most of the southern United States with wild hogs. That's because they can breed every 3 months, 3 weeks, and 3 days. They have around 13 piglets in one litter. Once those piglets reach anywhere between 6 to 9 months old, then they can start to reproduce. And they literally eat everything. They've been known to kill and eat baby cows in Texas. In 2011, just in Texas, wild hogs destroyed over $7 billion worth of agriculture products.
Mm.
On it kind of like a serrated knife. So if you were to slide your hand or your fingers even gently down that grass, you're most likely going to have a severe paper cut. And as we're going down this bayou, if you look in that sawgrass, every now and then you'll see a tall weed sticking out. Kind of looks like broom bristles at the top. And that's going to be a form of wild rice. It's called millet. And that's why Louisiana has so many entrees of rice in it. It was just so abundant back in the day.
What kind of bird is that that's flying over there?
That is called a kingfisher.
That's the kingfisher.
Huh.
I think I knew that.
I don't think I
That's
did.
such a cool thing.
Got that Indian village name. And the Native American tribe that used to occupy this area is called the Akola Pisa Native Americans. Back in the 17th century, it was estimated that there was only about 1,560 of them left. And they said that was a little bit of an overestimation. Once they got ran out of this area, they tried getting closer to the Mississippi River, got ran out of that area, and then eventually just got absorbed into the Homa Native Americans. They called this river the River of Pearls, from all the freshwater clams that had an abundant amount of pearls in them.
Wow. How much do these usually go for as far as like to purchase something
Like this big one, maybe 120, 130. Only problem is that you can't get any type of insurance on it.
I was going to say, what's
Wow.
the insurance though?
You can't get it because there's no building code out here. The building inspector's not going to come check it out.
like that? That's crazy.
Whoa.
Yo, what up everybody? So our captain on our tour, our swamp tour, gave us the name of this seafood restaurant. It's called Kenny's Seafood. So we're gonna go in here and try it out, man.
Jamendo.com